Good afternoon, groovy citizens, and happy fantastic Friday. You guys, Friday is here again. Doesn't seem like I just said that yesterday, which we both know I didn't because that was a whole week ago. But today is Friday. The weekend is here. And you know I'm going to give you this spiel at the end of the video, but I'm going to give it to you now. If y'all going out, be careful. If you're in the DMV area, we actually just had a flash, I'm going to say thunderstorm. And so I believe that those are expected throughout the rest of the day, actually the whole weekend. Right now it's 82 degrees. It is quite humid out. The sky is looking very, very dark. So if you have to go out, take your umbrella and just be careful, okay? Now let's jump into today's topic, which is something greater comes from failure. That'll shout you right there. Something greater comes from failure. So the quote that I'm going to share with you all today is by none other than Bishop T.D. Jakes. And as always, we'll unpack it as we go along. And I'm going to bid you good day because these sinuses are acting a plumb fool. This is my second time doing this video because the first time I got to sneezing like crazy and couldn't stop. So let's jump in before it comes back. He says, God will use rejection to give you direction. I don't know about y'all, but that'll shout you right there. That should have shouted you right up out of your seat, bad knees and all. God will use rejection. You know, when people are thinking they're trying to hurt you and they don't want you, they turn away from you, rejection to give you direction. He says, if you weren't rejected, you would stay where you were. But God will shut a door so that he can open another door in your life. Too many of us spend too much time crying in front of closed doors, but God told Samuel, weep no longer over what I've rejected. I found there a man. God doesn't want you standing in front of a closed door weeping over what could have been. When God is ready to do a new thing in your life, if the Lord allowed you to be persecuted, it's only because, come on somebody, he's stirring you up for something fresh and something new. If you will open up to what God is going to do, after a while, you'll go back to the person that rejected you and say, it was good for me that I was rejected. Because you rejected me, it made me get down on my knees. Come on somebody, and seek God. That'll shout you right there. Isn't it funny though how sometimes we won't get on our knees and seek God until we've been rejected? We won't get down on our knees and seek the face of God until you've lost that job, your finances have run out, you don't have any family or friends. Now, all of a sudden, you want to seek the face of God. See, I'm thankful that I go and seek the face of God daily, even though I haven't been rejected from anything, even though I haven't lost anything. I don't wait until I have a need to go and seek God. I seek him out daily. Come on, somebody. That'll preach all by itself. But let me move on. I done lost my place, but we're going to move on. Oh, Lord, where was I? Let me go back to the last sentence. He says, if you will open up to what God is going to do, after a while, you'll go back to the person that rejected you. I have to say that again and say, it was good for me that I was rejected. Because you rejected me, it made me get down on my knees and seek God. Thank you for hating me. Thank you for pushing me out. Thank you for making me pray. Thank you for making me call on the name of the Lord. Thank you for making me lay on my face before God. Thank you for making me believe God for the supernatural. Thank you for not accepting me in your clique and your club and your group and your committee. Thank you. Y'all, that's it. That's the quote. That's the quote in and of itself. Let me just say this, because somebody right now, under the sound of my voice, you're sad, you're disappointed, you're hurt, you're all of those things and then some, because somebody decided they didn't want you anymore. Because somebody decided that your services were no longer needed on the job. Because somebody decided that you weren't good enough for their club or their committee or their group. Somebody decided that you just weren't enough, or you weren't what they were looking for. Can I just tell you this? What did I open with? God will use rejection to give you direction. God allowed you, because remember, we've talked about this before, that nothing ever just happens. Nothing that goes on in your life takes God by surprise. If you're going through something, trust and believe He already knew it was coming. He knew it was coming months ago. He knew it was coming years ago. He knew it was coming weeks ago, days ago, all of the above. He knew it was coming. So it wasn't a surprise to Him. Excuse me, you guys, because my nose is running. It wasn't a surprise to Him. He knew it was coming, but He allowed it to come, because He needed to move you in a different direction. Because somebody somewhere, God is sitting back saying, now look at Judy. Judy talking about she want a good man in her life. And yet she's running up behind Joseph. And Joseph is a no good two-time and you know what. And yet and still she keeps running behind him. Talking about my man this and my man that. Child, he don't want you, Judy. Jacob is for the streets, as the young people say. He's not for you, but you keep wanting him to be something that he's not. And God is saying, look, I'm going to have to have Joseph reject Judy so that I can turn her around and show her what's really out here for her. So I'm telling you now, if you've been running behind some man or some woman, honey, you better cut it out. Cut it out before God has to allow you to be rejected. But in His rejecting you, allowing you to be rejected, He can give you direction. Because if you're headed down the wrong path, He knows rejection is waiting for you there. Because guess what? Once you hit that wall of rejection, you have no other choice but to turn around and go in a different direction. Now, you're headed in the right direction, the direction that He needed you to go to get what He had waiting for you in the first place. So if you are going through some rejection, honey, don't get mad. Don't get mad at all. I'm not saying don't be disappointed. I'm not saying don't be a little upset, but don't be mad. Get over it and say, you know what, Lord? I know it's nobody but you. It is nobody but you trying to get me to turn around, refocus my attention so I can head in a direction that I really should be going anyway. I'm going to say this and I'm going to let you be. We all have had a time or two, like I said, that we were rejected, be it from a relationship, a job, maybe you put in for a house that you wanted, a car that you wanted, and you were rejected. And you said, Lord, why me? Why am I not good enough? How come they don't want me? And look at you now. You're in a better job. You're living in a better community than the one that you originally picked. You're driving a better car than the one that you originally wanted. Come on, somebody. You're on a better team than the one that you were that you picked in the beginning, and you're with somebody better than you wanted before. Because God already knew that that man or that woman was no good for you. But y'all know we get hell-bent on what we want, even when God is trying to show you that what you want is not the right thing for you. So I'm going to say this, and I promise I'm going to leave you. If you are dealing with failure right now, because under the sound of my voice, somebody is dealing with some kind of failure, just know that God will use rejection to give you direction. What I need for you to do is just get quiet and just listen. Well, I want you to do two things. I want you to get quiet and listen, but then I want you to thank God. I know what you're saying, but Michelle, why am I thanking God when I'm being rejected? Listen to what I'm saying. Come a little closer. I want you to thank God. I want you to say, Lord, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be rejected. Thank you for showing me a different path. Thank you for guiding me in the way that I should go. Thank you for giving me better. Thank you for continuing to bless me even when I didn't deserve it. Thank you, God. Thank Him in advance. I know you're saying, but Michelle, I don't have it yet. So what? So what? Thank Him anyway. Thank Him, and then you sit back and you wait. See, I don't know about you, but I thank God in advance for anything that I ask for. I may not actually have it right now, but I'm thanking God in advance because I know it's coming. I know it's coming. So thank him in advance. Don't wait, as I talked about, to see his face and then thank him. Thank him now. That's how you show God that you believe his word and you believe that he's going to do what he said he was going to do. Thank him. Sit back, get quiet, and then thank him. Y'all, that's it. That's my time. I want to say thank you so much for allowing me to speak life into you, as I enjoy doing every chance that I get. If you're new to watching my videos, I want to say welcome and thank you so much for joining me. I do car conversations every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, so I'll be doing another one tomorrow. If this is not your first rodeo, I want to say welcome back. Thank you again for joining me. Y'all know I miss you and I don't get a chance to see you. Go out there and enjoy the rest of your Friday. Have an amazing weekend on purpose. And whatever you do, wherever you go, I'm asking you to be safe. Be safe in where you're going, y'all. We're living in troubled times. We are living in troubled times where people are getting gunned down, being in the right place at the wrong time. I don't want to hear of any of you all going through anything. I don't want you losing anybody, and I certainly don't want to lose you. So be careful about where you're going. I love you all so very much. Y'all know the drill. You know the spiel. There's nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing that you can do about it, because my love for you will never change. I'm going to love you no matter what. I'm going to encourage you no matter what. And I'm going to keep believing in you no matter what, because I believe that you can do it. You can do anything but fail. And just remember, don't forget that God will use your rejection to give you direction. Love you all. We'll talk again tomorrow. Until then, take care.